Welcome back to Misunderstood Minds. I'm your host, Wendy Moore. And if you joined me for our last episode, you'll remember we talked about anxiety as a protective alarm system. Today, we're exploring what often happens next. The racing mind, the mental replay, the endless analysis, the thoughts that seem to arrive the moment your head touches the pillow. Have you ever found yourself replaying a conversation, wondering whether you said the wrong thing? Have you ever rehearsed future scenarios, trying to prepare for every possible outcome? Or perhaps you've spent hours trying to make the perfect decision, only to feel more confused than when you started. If so, today's episode is for you. One of the most common statements I hear from clients is, "My brain never shuts off." Not sometimes, not occasionally, always. What's interesting is that overthinking often looks productive. It feels like problem solving, it feels responsible, it feels proactive, but many times it isn't solving anything. It's searching for certainty, searching for safety, searching for reassurance. And because certainty is rarely available, the search continues. Think about your own life for a moment. When your mind starts racing, what is it looking for? An answer? A guarantee? A sense of control? Hold on to that question. The brain is constantly trying to predict what happens next. This isn't a flaw, it's survival. Thousands of years ago, predicting danger increased our chances of survival. Today, the dangers often aren't physical, they're emotional. Will they reject me? Will I fail? Will I disappoint someone? Will something go wrong? The brain hates uncertainty because uncertainty means risk. And so the wise owl gets to work, analyzing, planning, predicting, reviewing. The problem? Many of life's biggest questions have no perfect answer. Let's revisit our inner team. The guard dog notices something uncertain. Immediately, it sounds the alarm. The wise owl hears the alarm and says, "I'll figure this out." So the wise owl starts working overtime, thinking, analyzing, reviewing, preparing. But what if the problem isn't solvable? What if the uncertainty remains? The wise owl keeps searching, the guard dog keeps worrying, and the cycle continues. This is often what overthinking looks like. Not intelligence, not weakness, protection. For individuals with ADHD, this experience can feel even more intense. Imagine opening 50 browser tabs, every unfinished task, every forgotten responsibility, every future possibility, every worry. Now imagine trying to focus while all 50 remain open. Many ADHD brains struggle with closure. Tasks stay active. Thoughts stay active. Ideas stay active. The nervous system never fully receives the message, "You can stop now." Ask yourself, when your mind is busy, is it trying to solve something? Or is it trying to prevent something? The answer matters. One of the biggest drivers of rumination is shame. Shame whispers, "Don't make mistakes. Don't disappoint people. Don't embarrass yourself." And so conversations get replayed. Emails get reread. Interactions get analyzed. The goal becomes avoiding judgment, but judgment can never be fully eliminated, which means the mind never receives permission to stop searching. Overthinking is rarely solved by more thinking. Instead, begin with the body. Notice tension. Notice breathing. Notice sensations. Ask, what feeling is hiding underneath this thought? Because beneath many repetitive thoughts is an emotion waiting to be acknowledged. Fear, sadness, loneliness, grief, uncertainty. Sometimes the mind keeps talking because it believes silence is dangerous. Healing begins when we teach the nervous system that uncertainty is survivable, and that safety isn't found through endless analysis, but through connection, compassion, and regulation. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Misunderstood Minds, where we make sense of what never quite made sense before. In our next episode, we'll explore the hidden cost of emotional numbing and why overthinking may be doing something very different than you think. Thank you for spending this time with me. If today's episode resonated with you, please follow, rate, and share Misunderstood Minds with someone who may need to hear it. Until next time, remember, sometimes what feels like a symptom is actually a survival strategy. And as always, understanding begins with curiosity.